Oh! Why?
Luka?
I'm about to throw this at you.
Exactly. I don't think anyone in there doesn't deserve to be in the college football playoffs.
Yes.
No! Not yet!
Okay!
No,
he's
not!
Started.
Don't even! Puka Nacua is already better than Cooper Kupp ever was.
No! Welcome back to the 3 Lane Podcast with your co-host Lane.
I'm Talon.
I'm Luke.
Bryson's in the back.
Yeah.
Finally, third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Right now, we're all watching March Madness.
Right now, Colorado State and Maryland are playing.
Oh, I'm keeping up with the Alabama St. Mary's game.
They're up 14 right now.
But we're going to start off with that. Because I kind of forgot all the extensions that happened this past week in the NFL. It's kind of a boring week.
There was not much.
And I also don't remember what we covered and what we didn't from last week's episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, biggest shocker so far, loss-wise.
Loss-wise? I don't know, because you want to say St. John's, but, I wasn't that shocked.
They threw. They had that game at the end.
I wasn't that shocked, because I felt like they're just not experienced. Rick Pitino, amazing coach, obviously. Nothing you can say about that. But, I don't know. I wasn't that surprised.
The inability to hit a three. I don't think they hit a three the whole second half.
For me, I would say the most surprising loss was probably Clemson. I thought Clemson...
To McNeese?
I thought Clemson was going to end up being good. And Louisville. Louisville was on a hot streak.
Can we talk about McNeese State and the manager?
Dude, Amir Khan?
He's got 12 NIL deals.
It's ridiculous.
Under Armour made him his own suit and
A lot of
everything.
people had McNeese upsetting Clemson, though.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the Cinderella. I mean,
the more was Louisville losing to Creighton.
I was more surprised about that because Louisville was on a heater.
Because Louisville, literally the week before they had played Duke close in the ACC championship.
Yeah,
they look good. But now
Duke did not have Cooper Flagg that game.
Still, I mean, he only put up 14 in this last game.
Well, yeah, because Tyrese Proctor dropped 29
against St. Mary's.
The Louisville one is one of the more surprising ones. But when you watch Creighton just looks good.
Yeah.
Creighton was good against Auburn, a loss.
Tennessee looked good last night.
Tennessee has looked good in both games so far.
Not to start the game.
No.
To start the game, they looked terrible.
And that's the issue.
They could not move the ball.
The beginning of the game, they looked like they were in trouble. I think they were down by 10 at one point, and then
Maryland is getting their ass worked right now.
I think Brandon Year went nuts yesterday. He just started going unconscious.
He had 20 yesterday. He had 30 against Wolford. I don't know. They start off slow, but
they try to run it through Zakai Ziegler.
They pick it up. They do run it through Zakai Ziegler.
That doesn't make
but
sense.
It didn't work yesterday.
It didn't work. That's why they had to switch it.
Yeah, it did.
No, they kept it. They ran it through Ziegler.
No. That offense runs through Ziegler.
But Ziegler,
if you watch the games, when he's off the court, it's rough. When he's off the court,
you can run your offense to a 5'8" guard.
Yeah, and Tennessee does. He's one assist off of the most assists in SEC history, in a season. He's been the reason that they've been so good. And then because he can just distribute the ball to Chaz Lanier, and obviously he's got a nice little stroke. He's got a nice little stroke on him.
I still think Duke's gonna win it all.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at this, they shut down a really good Baylor team. But they beat him by 23.
Yeah.
Proctor dropped 25. Concanoople dropped 12. Malik dropped 8.
The only one I think who can hang with Duke is Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's the best defensive team in the tournament.
If you could get Duke to have to run towards its bench.
Third.
Who's the best?
Houston's probably the best, and then Tennessee.
As defensive-wise?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't give Houston credit.
Well, Houston and Tennessee are pretty interchangeable by defensive wise.
Florida's just all
watching Houston play defense is mesmerizing.
Yeah.
They double here, pass off, they're double there.
It's one of those
It's
things,
so quick. It's crazy.
So last week we talked about it. Me and Luke went to a game. That was what Alabama did against Kentucky.
They doubled them everywhere.
And Kentucky had no... Kentucky won today, and I'm still not sold on Kentucky. Watching them just get... I mean, they got destroyed by Alabama in the tournament. And I'm not sold on Kentucky.
What Kentucky did today was Kobe Bryant had almost 30.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant was not missing for a while.
Yeah, but if Kobe Bryant's missing, they try to go to, what's his name? Otago Owe?
And he is hot garbage.
Odafe Owe. And if he's not hitting...
Odafe Owe is the linebacker for the Ravens. Which is actually his brother. He was at the game the other day.
Bryson pokes his head. He hears the Ravens.
Yeah, Odafe Owe.
By the way, speaking of the Ravens, they signed DeAndre Hopkins.
So excited.
He's literally busted.
DeAndre Hopkins is kind of washed. He's not bad though.
Hey, he's not bad.
He's not bad.
They signed him for pocket change.
We'll talk about this in a minute, and then we'll talk about some other stuff.
Oh, we got something to talk about. I know one signing we got to talk about.
Who is it?
Don't worry about it.
Who is? What are you? Aaron Rodgers?
Jameis Winston, buddy.
Where are you signed to?
Super Bowl bound.
Where are you signed to?
We're gonna get to that in a minute. I haven't watched much women's basketball. I can't. I can't. I was.
The only thing I watch is Haley Van Lith and TCU. Good God,
I do
she
too.
can play some basketball.
Can she?
She can play
She's
some
good at defense.
She is good with playing.
Okay.
Jalen Suggs is bagging that.
He's in that?
He's in that.
That's his
Like
girlfriend.
I did
swimwear.
not
They've
know
been
that.
dating for
Like
like 5 years.
swimwear.
I did not know that.
They've been dating for like 4 or 5 years
I
now.
don't even know if she's good. I don't bet you.
She's great.
Oh, no, she's good.
insane.
She's good.
Yeah.
She's played at like 3 different schools though.
She played
Yeah.
3 years at Louisville.
1 year at
got her
LSU.
In 1 year, at LSU.
She got her master's
TCU.
at LSU, her bachelor's at Louisville, and I think she's studying something else this year.
Let's be honest. She's making more money right now in college basketball than she probably will make her whole rookie contract in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Which them trying to lock out is the funniest thing in the world because it's just somebody said like 99% of the women in the WNBA can't afford a lockout.
They can't go without the salary.
Yeah, like they need that money.
Yeah.
Like they don't make that much. But you have like Angel Reese like, we'll sit out, and some of the other women are like, yeah, because you have like 8
Angel
other
Reese
brand
has
deals.
plenty of money.
Yeah, you make oodles of money. If we're gonna sit out, spare the money.
I gotta say, Angel Reese is probably one of my least favorite humans on this planet.
Oh my goodness.
That's a fair statement.
No, that's a valid.
Because she's so bad.
She's so bad, and then she's
And not bad as in pretty. She sucks
like under it, and she's
dick
like,
at basketball.
and she's just catching it, and it's like, because she's 4 inches taller than everybody, she's just eating it, and it's like, what are we doing?
It's awful.
I'm
Dude.
having
She's
an earthquake going down over there.
she's horrible.
It's like San Andreas over here.
Dude, and then she tries to lace one up from 3, and it's just a duck and a half.
Airballs.
And then she always talks about Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark's never said a word about her.
Caitlin Clark lives rent-free in her head.
Caitlin Clark has never said a word about her.
No, but it's because Angel Reese thinks she's the best WNBA player when it's like, no, you shoot terrible percentage. The only reason why you led the league in rebounds is because you caught your own shot because you're taller than everybody. Dude,
Yeah,
it's so she's the reason why I don't watch women's basketball because she's so bad offensively that pains me.
I just can't even sit through it.
It's like me playing basketball, dude. Like I can't.
No, that's your worst.
Like she can't hit a layup. She's under the basket and she's just like.
Yeah, you shoot with 2 hands.
She does too.
2 hands.
Doesn't everybody shoot?
Like I'm talking. He gives it one of these actions.
Give him the push.
He gives the push action. You might as well just giving it the the granny heave from below your leg.
We don't need to be talking about your shoot around with Bryson yesterday.
I hadn't shot in 3 days, bro.
Are you bummed?
Get it out of your mouth, buddy. Come on now.
Hey!
Is that Grant Nelson?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, he's nasty.
He's so good. Grant Nelson is a dog.
Yeah, she said he came in the other day and played for like 7 minutes, gave him a spark. But I don't know who I know Tech got destroyed by South Carolina. Got murdered.
That was the worst hand they could have dealt.
Yeah, so when I heard
straight to South Carolina,
I was like,
great.
The team that's won like 7 out of the last 10 natties, like in the women's basketball, there's no
there's really no upset
in March Madness because it's either LSU
the
or
biggest,
South Carolina.
The biggest upset you're gonna get is a 7-10. You're never getting past a 7-10 upset.
Like that's it. Yeah. It's only LSU and South Carolina. Was that one girl for LSU that's like a rapper too? Oh my! I don't even know. She's full of herself. She's not even that good.
So it's just LSU. LSU's the problem. LSU basketball is the problem.
LSU baseball is pretty good though.
Yeah, LSU baseball. Tennessee baseball got a good win after the Alabama loss.
And
got the two.
Loss.
Got the 2.
Dude, I think Georgia's baseball team's going to be good this year.
You think?
They are good.
Have you watched them?
Yeah, that closer's nasty.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Think they're going to be good, buddy. They are good.
That closer's nasty.
There's no thinking about it. They're good.
Hit you with 101 at the top of the zone.
The 4 SEC teams are above everyone else right now.
Oh, yeah.
LSU, Tennessee, Georgia. and Arkansas.
I was about to say, don't say Texas A&M.
Are the 4 above?
No, A&M was predicted to be the first team, and they're
They're
not
all
even ranked
they're
right now.
They had the number 1 overall pick though on the team, Jake LaViolette.
And they're not even ranked right now.
Yeah, because baseball is really a team sport.
I think baseball is the most team sport.
No, football.
No. I would say it's close. I think
If
basketball.
your pitcher throws an absolute fuck of an inning, and he just
you're cooked.
I mean, he could let up 8 runs, and then you could just not hit the ball.
To that point, the Yankees did that the other day.
That was crazy.
The Phillies are
They were up
7-0.
7-0
And
going bottom of the 9.
One pitcher allows 5 runs, 1 out, and then the other guy gives it the rest, and it's like, holy hell, man.
The Braves got into the top of the 9th. I don't remember who it was, but they were down 3, and then they scored 7 in the top of the 9th.
Yeah.
I don't remember what game it was. But
Texas softball team scored 9 today in an inning.
That's crazy. Texas softball and baseball team are pretty good this year.
Yeah. Speaking of,
You see what Oregon's baseball team had like 35?
Yeah, I saw
did you see
that.
that one game where like one team scored 20 runs in an inning?
Yes.
That was the worst defensive baseball I've ever watched in my life.
It was really bad.
Like if I'm the college, I'm like, we're shutting the program down. This is terrible.
I'm shutting the college down.
I mean, dude, the guy picks it up from third base and overshoots to second baseman, and it's like, how the hell do you? He's right there, under him.
happened.
Like, oh man, yeah, worse happens. Look at Jose Altuve in left field, dude.
we can't even talk about Jose Altuve.
We'll talk about that. Actually, I want to talk about that later because they're like, he's our left fielder, and it's like, okay, so just hit it that way.
Yeah.
It's good. Like,
just hit it towards.
he's
Jose
up under
Altuve.
your pop, man, stroke.
Golly.
And he like hits him in the glove and falls, and it rolls like 20 feet to his right, and he's like chasing it with his little legs.
It's not even that he's short. He's just not good out there.
He can't do
Like being that short doesn't hinder you from playing the outfield. He's just not good enough to be out there.
No, he can't rob a ball.
Height doesn't really matter in.
And that's the only downfall is if you're short, you can't rob
how
it.
many
But if
times-
you're still good out there, you're
How
still
many times
good.
is an outfielder going to rob a ball in a game?
Not a lot. I mean,
When he gets
Unless
one,
you're in center field.
unless he gets one like.
Michael Harris does it like twice a week.
Yeah.
Michael Harris is different.
The fact that he hasn't won a Golden Glove is an atrocity.
It's crazy. I think he may have. I think he may break out this year.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm excited.
The
I'm
Braves
excited
look
to watch
good.
the whole
AJ
Braves
Smith
team.
Sawyer looks good. We
Smith
bring
Sawyer
back
looks
old man Chavez. Craig
Yeah.
Kimbrell just got signed.
That dude.
Hector Norris is on the team as well.
Braves. Craig Kimbrell brings back some good memories.
It's like he goes nuts. It has a great year.
His Cy Young closer year.
Well, no, he's not going to be the closer. He'll be the eighth man. He'll be the eighth
for
inning
the
dude.
last few
yeah?
years of the Red Sox. And he came here and he won the Cy Young.
Every time Craig Kimbrell comes back to the Braves, he's good.
He's only been there once.
When he goes, he's good.
The Jesse Chavez though, it's so odd because he doesn't throw hard at all,
At all.
and he's 41, and he's like, yeah, here, just a little 89 mile an hour cutter, and you're just like,
You're swinging at your
Shit.
shoes. You're like,
but yeah, basketball. This March Madness has been boring because
it's been boring, but it's gonna set up to be good. I think.
yeah, the Final Four is going to be great.
It's gonna set up to be good. I think Final Four predictions right now.
Tennessee, Duke, Florida, Alabama. What does the bracket look like? First of all,
Who's the 1 seed in with Bama?
I'm trying to see the bracket.
Am I blanking?
Yo, Dan Hiller said, I hope they don't fuck you like they fucked us. I hope they don't do that to you, Baylor.
Baylor loses by 23.
I saw that.
So it'll be Auburn.
Fair enough, Dan Hurley.
Auburn. I don't think Auburn wins.
Ooh.
Raise some stink, Dan Hurley.
Oh, Auburn, Michigan State, Bama,
I don't like
Duke. Where's Tennessee at?
I don't like Michigan State. Tennessee's at the very bottom.
Oh, then you have Florida, Houston, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Man. So your Final Four would be Tennessee, Florida, Auburn, Duke.
I think it could just straight up be the 1 seeds. I think it could just straight up.
That's
I think
rare.
it could be. It is, but
Duke is so good.
This
though.
year's been weird.
Like Tyrese Proctor does not get enough credit.
Oh yeah. No, they have a solid squad like through and through, and that's what Florida has too. You got a 7-footer coming off the bench.
Have you seen
you put in 2 7-footers, then there's another one.
Oh, by the way, they're freshmen.
7'9".
Yeah,
Doesn't even fit in his locker.
Redshirted, by the way.
Who?
Gosh.
Oliver Rideau.
For
Yeah.
Florida?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know if he's gonna be good, but he's 7'9".
No, he will be good because literally, you sit him in the paint, and just tell him go. Just stick his head like.
That's what UCLA had that 7-footer, but he wasn't. He's not polished enough yet. I think next year he could be good.
Yeah, I think that's why they sat Oliver Rideau for a season.
Yeah, he's a sophomore though.
But ending on basketball, local Upperman men's won their first state championship in basketball.
Yeah, school history.
Ty Cobb is
that's first in school history.
Our men's basketball team has been terrible for years.
Women's has won a few.
Women's has won like 3. Because they won one in my 8th grade year, then they won 2 while I was in high school. But Ty Cobb's going to be nasty. That brother will play SEC basketball.
Depending on what he does these next 2 years.
Yeah.
He definitely looks good enough.
Bronston's pretty good. He's the quarterback of the football team. Dude, I didn't know he could dunk, and then I saw that video on Instagram.
How you gonna be like, what is he, 6'5" and not dunk?
And he's black.
Okay.
What was that?
Let's not.
Who said?
Somebody back there?
Listen, black people can jump. We know that. They're more athletic. Just how it is.
But yeah, that was big. They won it yesterday. But so, you want to go baseball first or football?
Whichever.
Football.
Football. Okay, so you were talking about the Jameis Winston.
The biggest signing in this past week, I think, was Jameis Winston to the Giants.
Cooper Kupp was pretty big.
Which should. Oh yeah, Cooper Kupp.
I forget. I think that was like the day after we recorded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which then that makes Seattle kind of look good. The Seattle team though is weirdly.
It's odd.
It's weirdly built. Like if Seattle.
They could make a run. I mean,
but their window's very small.
Oh yeah.
Very small. What?
Are you pointing at?
Weirdly built.
Yes, Seattle.
Yeah, it's like an odd. They made some odd moves.
It's gonna come together, trust.
They'll get Jackson Dart, won't they?
No.
Probably not if they got
No,
Sam
because
Darnold.
he's going to have to.
We're not
going
to go to mock drafts again, dude.
No, we're not going to go down
Yeah,
mock
that was
drafts. But
rough.
this is a fair
Hell
comment
no, that was
because
so bad.
this plays into the Aaron Rodgers thing.
Aaron Rodgers is washed and needs to retire.
Yes, but you're not. He's not. It's the name value. That's why Vince
No.
Carter was in the league for so long, dude. Vince Carter was ass for his last 4 years.
Yeah.
40 years old.
Yeah.
He retired at 42?
Yeah. COVID.
The Lakers are 3-6 without Braun these past 9 games. Braun holds that team together.
It's been bad.
Braun holds that team together.
But I think the Steelers are actually in position for Jackson Dart.
Oh yeah.
You sign Aaron Rodgers for a year. We'll talk about basketball, NBA basketball, and baseball later.
NBA baseball.
Whatever.
You're stupid, dude.
But I think if the Steelers sign Aaron, it's going to be they're going to sign Aaron Rodgers. I think it's Steelers or he retires.
Now I don't know with the signing of Jameis Winston. I don't know where the Giants go.
Where did Jameis sign to?
Well, here's
Giants.
the issue. The reason why they pulled that trigger is it came out pretty much the Titans are taking Cam Ward.
Oh, did they? Is that for sure? Hey, I agree with that.
And then during the combine, it came out and said that the Browns are definitely taking a quarterback.
Told you.
There's only one quarterback available at number 2.
Told you.
Shooter Sanders. So then who can the Giants don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Hey Brian, they're gonna get
They have Jameis Winston.
I know, but they're gonna get that edge rusher from Penn State.
Abdul Carter.
That's a bad fit though.
But they have Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns.
Yeah,
so that'd be a weird fit.
And none of them can kick inside.
It's also hard to pass up on Abdul Carter though.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Or you just take the best tackle.
But do you do this? Do you give up on Kayvon Thibodeau because he hasn't really produced?
He hasn't, but he hasn't.
Who do you like more today, Abdul Carter or Kayvon Thibodeau?
But you're rolling the dice on Abdul Carter.
You are, and you roll Kayvon Thibodeau from the jump looked like a good pick.
Yes,
like he was great at Oregon.
And he's not a terrible pick.
No, but Abdul Carter looks like the best defensive end coming out of college since Myles Garrett.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I see Travis. I keep seeing Travis Hunter picks, but I don't like that
I
pick.
don't.
Too many
like
receivers.
The Patriots, I feel.
I feel like the Jaguars, the Patriots need offensive line help.
I don't know what the Giants.
I mean,
do.
the reason why they didn't start Drake May to start the year last year was because they were worried he was going to get the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah.
If he goes to the Jaguars, you think he plays like a kind of like a off and on role on the offense and play like a slot.
To me,
I said it last week. It'd be perfect.
What he should do is primary corner and get him in on special teams to start and see what he can do. I don't think he's a polished enough receiver yet to play at the next level.
But I think Jacksonville would be perfect because he can play 10 snaps on offense.
Who's their quarterback?
Where, Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. But they cut. They cut Evan Ingram, which he signed to the Broncos, which I love that move. I love that move.
The Broncos are looking nice.
Yeah,
right
they
now.
need either a receiver or running back in the draft.
Yeah.
They cut Cortland Sutton. Christian Kirk.
Yes.
He was a bum anyway.
They cut the other
Christian
guy
Kirk
that was there. So it's pretty much just Brian Thomas.
Laviska Shenault.
Yeah. It's pretty much Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas is going to be different.
So
Brian Thomas and league neighbors this year are going to be crazy.
Exactly. But that's why you look at it. They need someone else, and if you can get a Travis
the Giants
Hunter,
can get a person that can get the ball in Malik Neighbors.
Well, they just got Jameis Winston.
So here's what he does. Here's the thing: they could do Tyler Shuck, second round.
Yeah,
second pick in the second round. He'll probably be there. I don't like the Travis Hunter move because he wants to play two ways. You re-sign Darius Slayton, he cannot play offense.
Yeah,
because you have
Darius Slayton's ass. Dude.
No, he's not. Darius Slayton, he's had over 700 yards every year of his career, pretty much.
Darius Slayton is not that bad.
He's actually pretty good. You have Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson. Where does offensively he fit in? Then defensively, you sign Javon Hoblin and Paulson Adebo.
Yeah. And
then you have De'Aaron Banks and that the nickel y'all drafted last year. That was pretty good.
Can't think of his name.
But he's the rookie.
Fake fan.
I mean, I just forgot his name.
Fake fan for real. What about the Arizona Cardinals?
What about them? Probably the most boring team on the planet.
Dude, their head coach is so bums.
Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, but the issue is Kyler Murray refuses to throw to him.
Now, a lot of people are saying Marvin Harrison wasn't good and all this. Marvin Harrison is really good.
Oh, Drew
Marvin
Phillips.
Harrison is
when he got the ball to him.
Yeah,
and you also have Tyler Nubbin.
He was a rookie too. Newman was a rookie.
The fit of Travis Hunter does not make sense.
Everything the Giants have done right now looks good.
Yes,
I think they're a better team. But what I would like to do is get a quarterback to sit under.
Yes,
but I don't know. Unless you can get Jackson Dart, there's no one you want.
Exactly, and I saw something where
obviously Jackson Dart at 3.
Todd McShay
is high.
Todd McShay showed something where it was like they trade up with somebody like 19 or something. The Buccaneers. They trade with the Buccaneers, get back in the back of the first round. You take Jackson Dart then.
Yeah.
And that would be a great move.
Yeah.
Because Jackson Dart's not making it past the Steelers. If he makes it to the Steelers, he doesn't go back.
I have no idea what they're going to do. I don't know what you do with the pick because there's a lot of talent at that 3 spot, but it's not really what you need.
Fit.
It's not really what you need.
It doesn't fit unless you go Armand Membu and you're pretty much punting on Jermaine Illuminor, but you could kick him probably in at guard.
But Jermaine Illuminor was not bad last year.
You could kick him to guard.
Andrew Thomas will be back. I hope he's back. And
Evan Neal is terrible.
Evan Neal is probably retarded. Not even kidding.
There are 0 perfect brackets remaining.
Yeah.
Oh, after the Kentucky-Illinois game?
The last perfect bracket gets its first loss after Kentucky defeated Illinois 84-75.
Kentucky?
That didn't last very long.
7-5.
I don't know. Making it in the second round's not bad.
Yeah. Speaking of the Ravens, because of Bryson, I saw on the mock draft because Todd McShay came out with it. The Ravens going receiver.
Receiver pick up Jair whenever they cut.
Yeah.
The Packers cut.
I think it's foregone conclusion the Packers cut Jair.
Which is crazy because Jair Alexander is so good.
He's good, but he can't stay healthy, and he's making too much money.
Yeah.
So you can't justify the
money.
money.
He's going to want a shitload.
He won't get much. He'll get maybe 10 mil.
Brandon Stevens, bum ass. Oh my god, that guy was awful. Jamar Chase put.
But if he asks for a bag,
it is Jamar Chase though.
Yeah, you can pretty much pay him.
Yeah, but still, he had the second most allowed yards in the NFL last year.
Oh, dude, they benched him and they moved Kyle Hamilton over. And holy cow, they went from the worst pass defense to the top 5 pass defense.
That's crazy.
Just by moving him out.
You just pick on him, dude. He was
Kyle
terrible.
Hamilton is a dog.
He's really good.
Kyle Hamilton is so good.
He's the second best player on that Ravens team.
But they were talking about because Tedero McMillan. I don't know if y'all saw this week ran a 4.47.
Who did?
Tedero McMillan. And that was 6'4".
Jalen Miller ran like a 4.32.
Yeah, but he can't throw worth a rip, dude.
Listen, Jalen Milroe. I think
Jalen Milroe is twice the size of that receiver out of Oregon, and he ran a almost .20 second pass.
Yeah, Milroe should be a running back.
I think Miller will pan out better than Anthony Richardson.
That's what I like.
I think Anthony Richardson is the worst decision the Colts have made in a long time.
He's the best.
Only
athlete.
because
he's a good athlete.
they are the same player right now. Jalen Milroe is the same player Anthony Richardson is 3 years in the league.
I think hopefully Jalen
Yeah.
Milroe can learn from what happened and maybe get accurate.
Okay, so are we saying that Anthony Richardson got thrown into a good situation?
Yes. He had one of the better offensive lines.
Not as bad as you could.
Name his number one receiver.
Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman,
Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, AD Mitchell.
And they had that running back. What's his name?
Jonathan
Taylor.
You have
Jonathan Taylor's amazing.
You have Will Fries. You had Quentin Nelson. You had Kelly as your center. Like, you had everything you wanted. Oh, and Shane Steichen's your head coach.
Yeah, he had a good situation.
I just think I didn't know this in high school. He had a 53% completion percentage at Florida. Yeah, in high school.
Well, listen, with him at Florida, and he was getting talks going top 5. I'm like, what are we looking at?
I could see it.
I didn't get it.
It's the talent.
It's the talent that's there.
You're like, I can mold it.
But it's like, then why? Like,
but this is.
Joe Milton was better.
Oh, 100%. Well, it's.
You know what I'm saying? That's why. Like, obviously, it's a different situation. But Joe Milton was already better than him.
I think the difference. Anthony Richardson's 10 times more athletic than Joe Milton.
Yeah.
And Joe Milton had some. He was like completing 64% of his passes, which is not bad compared to Anthony Richardson. But the athleticism is what separated him. This is why I'm with Milroe. Milroe completion percentage is terrible, but it's the talent, the tools.
And it's it's the highlights.
You look at Anthony Richardson and you go, the exact same player. Watch what happened, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think if Anthony Richardson didn't happen, if he never got drafted, if he never did his thing, Milroe's a first-round quarterback.
Yeah.
But because Anthony Richardson was so bad, you look at Milroe and go, we've got that kind of player in the league right now, and he's terrible.
Man, Milroe was a first-round quarterback until like halfway through the season.
Who's more athletic? Like just athleticism, Milroe or Richardson?
Richardson.
Speed don't mean anything. Richardson felt like a freaking linebacker, and he runs fast.
And the problem is Richardson got hurt too, which is what made everything worse.
The reason that Anthony Richardson was such like a high prospect was because you had people in the past like Cam Newton, who was
and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's like
Lamar's not built like him though. He's not as stocky.
Lamar, there ain't no.
Lamar was like this big around when he came into the draft.
The archetype of an athletic quarterback with a big arm was there, and you're like, well, I can mold him into that.
I can make him.
He's very raw.
This motherfucker was throwing 90 yards.
Well, Lamar Jackson was not a good. He's a good passer now, but starting out his career,
he was terrible.
Awful.
But he was a better passer in college than people give him credit. He was not as bad as Anthony Richardson.
He's always been a better passer than the other ones. I feel like because
Lamar Jackson's passing gets hated on too much. Early in his NFL career, was it superstar level? No, but it was good.
To be honest, right now he may be the best raw passer in the league. It's crazy.
Passer.
It's a take, but
if Rashad Bateman would have dropped a ball in like the last few games, he would have had the best passer rating of all time.
That's why
his accuracy is insane. No, it's just
have you seen it like the way he could just like mold his passing around like defenders?
Him, Josh Allen, and Mahomes are in a different team.
And this is why I think. I think you have to go get the Ravens another receiver, and it'd be Tedero McMillan.
Yes,
you have your fast guy. And Zay Flowers. Rashad Bateman's all right. He's a good number 3.
But will Tedero fall that far?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes. The issue with, because he ran a great 40 time, because everyone was worried he was kind of slow.
And he did
not run a good 40 at the combine.
I'm not sold on him, but
it's there again. Anthony Richardson. The tools are there. You can look at. He's humongous. He's a big body. He's athletic and attacks the ball, but not the way you like it. And you're like, but if I get him with the right coach, he's going to be a top 10 receiver.
An example of that is Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool has the best possible build for any
perfect.
And he sucks.
And he's horrible.
But I think that goes to the Steelers. George Pickens hasn't gotten better. George Pickens is the same player.
They don't get him the ball.
No, but he's the same player.
I think it's the Steelers as a whole.
The Steelers have more of an internal problem with not being able to decide their quarterback.
And I think
and that's why you have to draft Jackson Dart.
Two quarterbacks that play two completely different style games.
The Steelers are just indecisive. Like, they have Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's good. Something happens. Obviously,
Yeah, he sat out.
And Antonio Brown, they had Antonio Brown, something happens. It's just something every time.
And the issue is, Mike Tomlin's such a good coach. You can't get a top quarterback in a draft. So you're stuck. It was what the Kings had for years. Before they traded for DeMontis Sabonis. Yeah. You're stuck in purgatory because like
your coach is good, but you don't have good enough players.
You're too good to make it to be in top 5, but you're not good enough to make really progress. So you kind of just sit there, and you don't want to fire Mike Tomlin because the issue is you let go of Mike Tomlin, he's going to go somewhere else, and he's going to do really good.
He's going to be amazing, yeah.
But the issue is, I think they have to go get Jackson Dart. I love Jackson Dart. I would love Tedero McMillan to the Ravens. I think he falls that far. I have him as receiver 2.
Matthew Golden over him?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the more and more Matthew Golden's linked to the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah?
Because they need another weapon. I don't think that's a great decision. I think you've got to work on the offensive line.
I think the line
Zach Martin.
I think yeah.
But the issue is, and we're going to talk about, the Cowboys are putting themselves in the position that the Bengals just had themselves.
The Bengals just absolutely paid T. Higgins.
But now 3 players hold 47.5% of the cap.
And
that's absolutely insane.
I heard the T. Higgins deal was like like every year they can
so it's real interesting.
Something. What is it?
It's all guaranteed. All the money is guaranteed his first year. So he's got guaranteed $36 million.
Yeah.
Pretty much what happened with Devontae Adams. Devontae had still 2 years left, but none of it was guaranteed. So you cut him. You only take like a $5 million cap hit.
Okay, so is that what it was?
You clear $30 million up.
Okay.
So T. Higgins' deal is pretty much $36 million, and then the rest is non-guaranteed. So if you don't like him, you can cut him, or you can trade him,
and they can have to pay that cap.
And it's not going to hurt. It's not. They're not going to have to take a big cap hit.
Yeah.
They were banking on. I can tell you this now. They drafted Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton could have developed into a number 2. You were hoping he could.
Yeah.
But he never really. He hasn't panned out yet.
Yeah.
So then you're stuck with paying T. Higgins because you don't have his replacement. Jermaine Burton hasn't panned out.
Yeah.
But now what you do? You go and you sign
you get one.
It's a 4-year deal, but it's pretty much a 1-year deal.
That's what I heard, and I was like, how does that even work?
So all the money, it's front loaded, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And so they can trade him, and again, it'll be like a $10 million cap hit instead of like what the Falcons did. They trade Kirk Cousins, it's like $50 million.
Yeah.
Because there's so much guaranteed.
Yeah.
So you can get away with that. The issue for me is the 3 players, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, take 47% of the cap space. That does not count Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
So then you're probably at 57.
You can't. That is
not sustainable.
That's not a winning That's
not sustainable. Yeah. I mean, you saw.
And players are just asking.
Well, the thing is that they all deserve that money. T. Higgins is a bona fide number 1 in this league.
If you'd paid T. Higgins before you franchise tagged him, you could have got him on a team for the deal. But you pissed him off by tagging him twice. He's like, I want my bag. Yeah. I want my bag.
And he got
he's
hurt.
Like, if I'm going to be here, I want my bag.
Well, he was hurt a little bit, and he came back, and he was just as good.
Yeah.
Like, he's a bona fide number 1 in this league.
You poked him enough that he was like, I'm not taking a team deal. Jamar Chase, they waited too long because Max Crosby got extended.
They waited too long for Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Well, yes, but so Jamar Chase wanted to be the highest non-paid quarterback. If they had extended him 2 weeks beforehand,
it would have been cheaper.
It's $10 million less.
Yeah.
Max Crosby gets paid over $30 million a year.
Yeah.
So he's now the highest non-paid quarterback. Then Myles Garrett blows that out and he gets $40 million a year. And he's now the highest paid quarterback. So you now have to meet Jamar Chase's demands, and guess what that is? $40-something million a year.
Well, you're not getting rid of
Jamar Chase isn't a guy that you let go. Well, T. Higgins
is the best receiver in the league.
And we're going to talk about. Did you make your top 15?
And he's young. We're top 15. What?
No.
Receivers right now.
Yeah. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Crap.
Did
you make a list?
Yeah.
I'll make one right now.
I looked. I didn't see any lists.
I made it. I made it on the way yesterday.
For real.
Yeah, because he didn't make the mock draft last week.
Dude, the
I
mock
was
draft.
busy on the other list.
The mock draft that I looked up.
Dude, that was so bad.
bad.
So bad. But you could justify you could live with losing T. Higgins. You can't live with losing Jamar Chase.
But losing.
What would you want T. Higgins to go though?
The Patriots.
The Patriots is a very good option.
The Patriots, Drake
a lot
May.
of cap space too.
To Drake May, you get Drake May.
They're pissing cap space right now.
But it's all on defense. This is my issue with Mike Vrabel. You have way too good of a quarterback.
He can build a good team though. Like he built a good team to beat he literally beat Tom Brady.
Yes, but
with a bum ass Marcus Mariota.
But he doesn't.
He just wasn't a bum.
He doesn't equip his offense.
He just wasn't a bum.
Tell me every year.
In the grand scheme of things, Marcus Mariota was not a great quarterback.
He wasn't a bum at that moment, though.
No,
At that moment, he was not a bum.
But so he builds great defenses, but offensively, I mean, Derek, they had no one to throw to offensively. You had A.J. Brown for 2 years and you traded him away. Outside of that, Treylon Burks was a bust.
one of the worst trades of all time.
Before A.J. Brown, you had nobody. So my issue is you go in all defense, but you have a better quarterback than he had at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Surround him with weapons, and you didn't. You missed on you could have got Devontae Adams. You could have got Cooper Kupp. You could have traded for T. Higgins. Now your only hope is Brandon Ayuk, and I don't like Brandon Ayuk.
No, I think he's a bum.
So now you've missed out on that, and I just think if they had, let's say a Joe Milton, okay, then I'm all for what you did. But you have a Drake May, build your team offense around him. I would have loved T. Higgins to go there. What, is he looking at the top 15?
Let's go top 15 receivers right now.
He literally has one pulled up right now.
Okay.
And I don't hate this either. I don't hate this.
Okay, number 1, Jamar Chase.
Okay, I'm not ready.
I think Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are interchangeable.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think if you put them at 1 and 2, I don't think you can argue it.
Speaking of LSU tandem, another LSU guy got extended. Derek Stingley's the highest paid cornerback in the league.
I think that's fair.
I think
he's really good.
I think what's his face out of the Denver is better, but
okay. I was gonna say I'm really glad PS2 got a recognition this year because he was outstanding. The Broncos made their defense out of him. They would run a zone and then have PS2 on your best player.
But the Broncos have had good defenses for years.
Yeah, it was just a good scheme straight up around PS2.
But for years it's been their front seven. Now it's their secondary that harasses you, and then their secondary harasses you to the point where their front seven has time. Yeah. Number 2 is Justin Jefferson. Bronson, are you looking at yours?
To me, I think Jamar. I think if you're one receiver, I would want Jamar Chase.
I want Jay Jettis.
I want Jay Jettis because
no, Jamar has more explosive ability.
Jamar's more explosive. He's quicker and he's younger. He's a younger player.
I think talent-wise, Justin Jefferson is one of the best receivers we've ever seen.
3 is where it gets interesting.
I think Justin Jefferson is one of the best talents, receiver straight up you've ever seen. But I would rather.
Who's your third best receiver in the league?
My third is CeeDee Lamb.
I have Nico Collins.
I have Nico Collins.
Nico Collins is a dog, but I have him at 5.
Nico Collins.
5 is way too low.
Nico Collins had over 1,000 yards receiving, and he missed 5 weeks.
And he still got hurt.
Yeah, he
would
missed
have
5
been
weeks.
the best receiver in the league this year.
That to me is crazy. You miss 5 games. It's like Mike Evans, and I had Mike Evans.
And C.J. Stroud did not have a good year.
Well, he was the most.
He's a sophomore slump.
Well, no. Okay, so the stat: Patrick Mahomes was pressured on 38% of his pass attempts. C.J. Stroud in the Super Bowl, and you saw what that did to him. In the regular season, C.J. Stroud was pressured 39.6% of his passing snaps. So that was more than Patrick Mahomes was pressured in that Super Bowl, and you saw what it did to him. So imagine what it did to C.J. Stroud, who is not as good as Patrick Mahomes. And I think we don't realize how bad that Texas offensive line was.
No, the Chiefs have the worst offensive line in the league.
What was that one? It was like a left tackle.
Laramie Tunsil.
And he just quit. Basically. He just got out the game.
He got traded to the Commanders, and I love that move.
We'll talk about that later.
But they've redone the offensive line for the Texans, and I like what they've done.
Who do you have I have CD at number 4.
CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
Listen, I like CeeDee Lamb at 3.
I have Amon-Ra St. Brown at 4.
I would have Amon-Ra at 4, and I'd have Nico at 5.
I have Brian Thomas, and then I have Brian Thomas, Nico Collins, A.J. Brown.
You have Brian Thomas at what?
Okay, well, let's not go through a whole list just yet. I can't justify a rookie being top 5 just yet.
Not top 5, and I agree.
That to me seems early because
I'll put him top 10, but not top 5.
I think they're both top 10.
We see rookie receivers do good, like Tank Dell. And then Tank Dell, I would say Tank Dell was
Tank Dell just got hurt. Tank Dell just got hurt. Tank Dell was still really good. When he played, Tank Dell was really good.
CeeDee Lamb for me is 5 because he's not a big body, and at times he disappears in big games.
Nah, I think I like CeeDee Lamb's my 3. Nico. No, I got Amon-Ra at the 4, and then Nico at my 5 is what I would do.
3 from 15 is really interesting.
It is.
Puka Nacua is my 6.
Puka Nacua, I think, is one of the best raw talents.
He's a volume receiver.
He's just someone. He's someone where if he's your number 1, you don't need a good number 2. Because he's gonna find a way.
Crazy
Because
he's
more of
Devontae Adams now.
he's a more of a 11 receptions.
Yeah, give you
180 yards rather than a
He's not gonna be like a 3 receptions, like 70 yards.
Yeah, like we saw with the
like
Colts all year, where they'd have like one guy 4 catches, 170
But
yards.
that's how the Rams traditionally work. How you saw Cooper Kupp getting like
and he's just a better
11 passes.
He's a better version of Cooper Kupp in my opinion.
I think so, yeah, because he's
He'll
younger.
never have a season like Cooper Kupp.
I don't know if anyone ever will. That season was insane.
Yeah.
That triple cut was
It was insane.
I
basically just had a watered down version of that.
So, on that, is Cooper Kupp a Hall of Famer based off that Triple Crown season?
Yes.
I think he got
And
it.
he's
And he
a
has a
Super Bowl
ring.
champ.
And he's
Low-key,
Super Bowl MVP.
As the week's going on, I'm like,
It's true that best wide
And
receiver
you've got a
of
Hall of
all
Fame. And you've got a
time.
Hall of Fame quarterback thrown to you.
Best receiving year of all time, and you got the Super Bowl, and you got the MVP.
now,
Super Bowl MVP.
hot take, and this might be rage bait. Who's better, Matthew Stafford or Eli Manning?
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Dude, low key, Eli Manning had 4. He snatched. It was like he led the league 4 times in interceptions. It was like over 20 every year.
He was a great quarterback.
No, he was not great. Look at his stats.
Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer. He's not first ballot, and he wasn't.
Hell no, he ain't first
Dude,
ballot.
But he is a Hall of
He had
Famer.
4 seasons where he threw more than 20 interceptions.
So
So did Peyton Manning now.
I don't think Peyton Manning threw 27 interceptions.
Peyton Manning is
one
the
year.
second best quarterback of all time
Yeah,
right now.
it's pretty.
I think Mahomes.
And
is
I think Drew Brees is the most underrated player to ever play the sport.
Drew Brees is
Who's won?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, and I don't know if Mahomes will ever pass him.
Are you not putting Dan Marino up there?
No.
Oh!
When he win.
Oh my
Joe
gosh!
Montana?
Crazy state. Yeah, Joe Montana's
Joe
top.
Montana, but like I think he's like 4.
Yeah, he's top 5.
Who are you putting? 1 is Brady. 2 is...
Peyton.
2 is Peyton Manning.
Okay. 3.
3.
3
Are
is
we putting Mahomes there right now?
Yeah.
I see at 3 I like Drew Brees.
No.
Yes. Drew Brees is the most underrated player I
As
think
far
to
as a
ever play the
passer,
sport.
yes, but what he's done, no.
He
He didn't do enough with
4
his
Joe
time.
Montana. Then 5 is where it gets interesting.
I put Mahomes at 3. Then I put Montana at 4, and then Breeze at 5.
I like that. I think Matthew Stafford's top 10
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
Can we
Matthew Stafford is also one of the more underrated players to play.
It's because he's stuck in Detroit for so long. But we'll go back to the rest of the football stuff in just a second.
Yeah.
We've got to finish our top 10.
I think
top 15.
AJ Brown.
I have Malik Neighbors at 7.
I think I would have Malik Neighbors at 7.
I forgot about him.
I have AJ Brown at 5, Puka at 6, and Amon-Ra at 7.
I have AJ Brown
No,
at
you
8.
don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you pull up a list.
You're
We
Look-
have the same
We're
exact
looking
list.
at the exact same list
and
right
I'm,
now,
and I'm
brother.
making mine in my brain right now.
Yeah,
I'm not putting Amon-Ra above Puka.
Ha, he's my 5.
I put Amon-Ra.
And I'm putting AJ above both of them.
Amon-Ra's done more lately.
Now,
I'm putting AJ above both of them.
AJ Brown is the most receiver I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
You need to catch the ball, throw it to him.
Just up.
You need
Put it
you
up in
need,
the air.
You need yards. Just let him
Yeah.
throw the ball to him.
This list has T. Higgins at 10, which is diabolical.
No, I don't even have T. Higgins in my top 10.
T. Higgins is a crack top.
I think the most underrated receiver in the NFL right now, Drake London's my 9.
Drake London, and then
Drake London's valid, and I think Garrett Wilson's also underrated.
I put
too.
Drake London above
I
Malik
have
Neighbors and Brian
Tyreek Hill
Collins.
in top 10.
Who?
I don't like that
Who?
for this next season. I don't like.
Oh,
that.
I don't have Tyreek Hill in my
No.
top 15.
He's falling out.
He just didn't have his quarterback.
Yeah, but when Tua came back, he still wasn't.
I think
Yeah.
at the end of the 25 season, Jay Smith and Jigba will be top 10 at least.
I have him at 11.
I think he'll be top
My
10 at least.
10
I think he could be top 5.
My 10 is Terry McLaurin.
I think Tyreek's in the best shape of his life, but he's on his
I don't
downhill.
love Terry McLaurin on the list.
Terry McLaurin is so good.
He's
If we're going
great.
to talk
He's
about
a-
underrated, Terry McLaurin
Oh, yeah.
is up there.
But I don't.
Your response right now, it shows is the reason why Terry McLaurin's underrated. He pretty much, outside of Jaden Daniels, carried that offense.
Yeah.
Without Terry McLaurin,
They don't go that far.
No.
Because literally, the only person Jaden Daniels could throw to was
the whole team was Jane Daniels, Terry McLaurin.
Yes.
And then they had a good D, but that offense was just them two.
I got a good day.
Excuse me.
Pardon?
Oh my!
I hope the mic picked that up.
I think for me, I think Garrett Wilson's one of the more underrated ones too.
No,
Hell no, he sucks.
There's no way you said that. Garrett Wilson is a top 12 receiver.
No!
He's
That's
better than-
crazy.
he's better
That's
than-
insane.
No.
Do you want Garrett Wilson tape?
Yes!
No, you don't. don't.
I have Jason ahead of him. Brian Thomas ahead of him. T. Higgins ahead of him.
T. Higgins. If you ever take T. Higgins over Garrett Wilson, you're clinically insane.
I have Mike Evans ahead of him.
Mike Evans is top 15 all time.
Yeah, Mike
Evans is probably top 10 all time.
Mike Evans is my 14th receiver.
And he's literally on the back end of his career somehow.
And 15 is Garrett Wilson.
No, dude.
Yes.
He just did. He
had one of the greatest quarterbacks, and he did not produce.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers was so bad.
He was trash.
Aaron Rodgers was so bad.
But he crumbled. Like
He just
Devontae Adams last year when he had Jimmy Garoppolo, and he was like, get me off this field. He still put up a great year. With Jimmy Garoppolo, you gave Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and I get it. Aaron Rodgers had a bad year, but at no point did you go, Garrett Wilson's going to save the game.
You're comparing a person that was considered the best receiver in the league in Devontae Adams for a very long time to a what is this, his third or fourth year Garrett Wilson? Like, you can't expect him to.
But he just fell apart. Like
I don't. He had right now, numbers wise, maybe not top 15. When you watch him play, he looks like one of the better receivers you've ever seen.
But we're not going off potential. We're going off players right now that I want. So last year, 101 catches, pretty good. 1,100 yards receiving, 10.9 yards per catch. That is not good, and only 7 receiving touchdowns. Puka Nacua did more with that volume than Garrett Wilson. So how can you tell me Garrett Wilson's a fringe top 10 receiver when he got the same treatment Puka Nacua got and did less?
I can't believe that.
But the morale has to be down whenever you take.
He's on the Jets.
Yeah.
Yes.
For one.
And then like you got Aaron Rodgers that is like begging for Devontae Adams, and then
he has Garrett Wilson, and he just wants Devontae Adams. Like, that's not got to be good for that room.
No, but Garrett Wilson came out and said that him and Aaron Rodgers' relationship fell apart.
Yeah,
but I have him at 15. He's good,
but he's not what we expected him to be.
Potential-wise, I wouldn't be surprised if he was
coming out of Ohio State. He was expected to be a bona fide number 1 receiver, and right now he is not a bona fide
I think Drake London's ahead of him. I
like Brian Thomas over him.
I like JSN ahead of him.
Okay, can we talk
I don't like Mike Evans.
That's insane.
Who's better, Trevor Lawrence or Aaron Rodgers? Right.
T-Law.
If I wanted a quarterback right now, like just for the season, I want T-Law.
Okay.
I think T-Law's overhated. I don't think he's overrated because he's not great, but I think he's overhated.
Brian Thomas had a 10 times better year as a rookie.
Well, he didn't really have T-Law thrown to him.
Yeah, he did for most of the year. Well, he had Mac Jones.
Okay, so who's worse?
Mac Jones or Aaron Rodgers?
Ooh.
I take Aaron Rodgers.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers over Mac Jones.
So Brian Thomas did more with less. Christian Kirk.
He had less of competition on that team.
Yeah, but Christian Kirk was out too.
Are we saying Randall Cobb is competition right now?
No, but here's the thing.
Randall Cobb on a busted ass deal.
To that conversation, then, if you're Garrett Wilson, they can't double team you anymore. So it's one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, it's one-on-one because you got Devontae and you have
Brian
Randall
Thomas had nobody because Christian Kirk was hurt half the year.
And LaVisca Chenault is dog shit.
Yeah, he is. So you can't. So Brian Thomas was double teamed every snap.
Talon's losing it over here.
Tyreek Hill's so bad.
Dude, he is.
Dude, Tyreek's terrible.
Dude, he was.
God, after his 9th kid, he just fell off.
You know
after the 9th baby mama,
is Tyreek Hill a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I think his legal trouble hinders him. He
to the Hall of Fame?
He was convicted twice of beating his kid.
I don't care.
I mean, so do I, but like a lot.
The amount of shit that Tom Brady did that was just swept under the rug.
That's two different things.
He cheated on his wife, deflated the footballs.
He didn't cheat on his wife.
Deflated the footballs in a Super Bowl.
Dude, every NFL player cheated on their wife, dude. Let's be for real.
Cody Ford, hello?
For real.
Cody Ford, hello?
His ex is shining right now. And he is looking like a bum.
He just got
so annoying.
She
got more annoying.
She's dating Adrian Nunez, which I think Adrian Nunez is a good guy, annoying as shit.
They're both so annoying.
But I don't think Tyreek Hill's a Hall of Famer, A, because his peak wasn't that long, B, the legal trouble.
Okay, is Le'Veon Bell a Hall of Famer?
No.
Oh, that's
legal
close.
Trouble. Legal trouble.
Le'Veon Bell didn't play long enough, I feel like.
When did Le'Veon Bell get in legal trouble?
Is Antonio Brown a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yes.
Antonio Brown, if he never got hurt, could have straight up been the best receiver of all time.
Antonio Brown's a Hall of Famer.
He's a top 4 receiver.
If Tyreek Hill stays on the Chiefs.
No,
Yes,
Tyreek Hill's a Hall of Famer too, I think.
If Tyreek Hill stays on the Chiefs, if Antonio Brown doesn't get hurt.
Antonio Brown's a Hall of Famer.
Ryan Shazier, if he doesn't break his back.
Yeah, we can go.
You didn't have to mention that.
We can go.
So sad.
We can go.
We can go what ifs.
But so still, Tyreek Hill, it just wasn't that long of a peak. He'd be like 1,000 yards, but it was like an uninspiring 1,000 yards. Like
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't think so. I think that one thing that the football doesn't do that other sports do is count off the field issues. Baseball is, I think, overkill with it in the Hall of Fame. I think baseball takes off the field things way too far.
Way too much.
Way too far.
Way too much. Don't even get me started on that.
The Yankees can really use a pitcher right now, and Trevor Bauer's shooting his shot, and they're not even.
You want to
piss it into a bucket with a hole in it.
You want to sign on pitcher for $0? I would, wouldn't you?
Hell yeah! Look what he's doing.
He's proven innocent.
Look what he's doing in Mexico and Japan. Shitting on everybody.
He's tearing these guys up.
Like, dude, it's not even fair. Like, he goes out there and he's like, "Oh, I'm throwing you a fastball, by the way."
He literally said,
he
literally goes, "Hey, fastball? Yeah, okay."
Right behind. Slider, bottom left corner. Can't hit it. And
Tyreek Hill has 11,000 receiving yards on his career. 8 times Pro Bowl, 5-time All-Pro, 1-time Super Bowl champ.
I just think
5-time All-Pro right there. I feel like All-Pro. Being an All-Pro in any way is so hard.
He had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. So he had back-to-back, and right now he has back-to-back-to-back-to-back 1,000-yard receivings.
I'm telling you, dude, he's nasty.
No,
his down year was in 2019 when he had 860 yards, and then his rookie year he had 593.
He was a kick returner. He was a return specialist.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't do much his rookie year.
This last year he had a down year. He had 959.
And that's a down year. Like 959 yards is not horrible. For Tyreek Hill, it's obviously not enough.
Yeah.
But like
he went from 112 yards per game to 56 yards per game.
Also, they had a Tua was hurt a little bit, and Tua didn't look good either.
Tua's never looked good.
Tua's overrated as crap. Talk about just overpaying somebody off hope.
I think saying Tyreek Hill's not a Hall
the
of
receiver.
Famer. I think saying Tyreek Hill's not a Hall of Famer is robbery.
Yeah, I don't like
I thought that for years. I'm trying to think of what else happened this week.
Who I'm also sad about is Chris Olave's injuries.
He's getting hosed.
Because I think he could have been.
You want to talk about a good versus what if?
Good, yeah.
That literally gets...
The Saints are...
The Saints are one of the
It's Derek Carr's problem.
I don't know.
Yes.
No.
I don't think
those balls that he throws are literally hospital passes waiting to happen.
No, that should be
if we want to talk about what ifs, Michael Thomas.
No.
That buddy had one of the best receiving seasons ever, and then just died. Not even kidding, just dead.
He had an ankle, he had a toe injury.
He had turf toe, I think, and then he was out.
But that GM should be fired because he restructured deals that keeps like 20 mil on the books for every contract. The GM. So what he does is he'll pay you 70 mil, but then he'll restructure when he's over the cap. He'll restructure. So that year you're getting paid 2 mil, but the other 18 mil you earn is next year. So now you're making 38 mil. Well, then that year comes around, so he's going to restructure it's 2 years, and he just adds years onto the deal money.
They're in cap hell,
dude. Somehow they signed Justin Reed. Like, you don't need to be signing anymore to anybody to big deals. Yeah. Like, just like.
Don't they also have Tyrann Mathieu?
Yes, it makes no
That's
sense.
a lethal safety combo.
They have a good team on paper.
3 years ago.
They have a good team on paper, and they can't.
Oh, and they signed Brandon Cooks. This team makes no sense. You want to talk about a team that makes no sense? This team is terrible, and they just keep adding talent.
The money from?
Exactly. Where's the money?
They're bad when they look good, and then they add stuff that should make them better than they're worse.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't he a bum, dude? Isn't he like?
But he's not terrible.
He's not a good pass rusher anymore, but he's a good leader. And honestly, with the hell that's going on with them, you need Cam Jordan. Like, honestly,
you're just digging. You might as well just keep fucking digging.
I mean,
you're digging your hole big enough. Who's winning? Who won the Maryland game?
It's on right now.
What's the next topic?
Well, I'm looking at the Saints cap space.
What's the next topic, though?
I think they're negative, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna nut.
They're negative like 7.
That's why I want to look at how bad are we?
I don't know. If we're talking about cap space, the Dodgers in 2029,
2032.
2032 have 1.92 billion deferred money.
What are they gonna do?
Well,
you sell the organization.
You get rid of it.
No. So here's
Get
my
rid
thing.
of them
Here's my
because
thing.
Sell
I'm
Los
not
Angeles.
paying them.
If you win 4 straight titles,
It don't matter.
that 1.7 I don't give
It don't
you.
But there's teams that can beat them. They got beat last year.
Okay, but they got better. They got better.
But what are the chances that all four of those pitchers and Shohei
You add
have
Blake
a
Snell, Roki
have a
Sasaki.
successful and healthy year?
At least 3 of them will.
Yeah. Dude, and oh, by the way, their farm system's the best in baseball by a mile. So someone gets hurt, guess what? Top prospect comes up.
Basically, they had the whole Japan as a farm system.
$1.92 billion as deferred money.
Buddy, that's 7 years.
Dude,
That ain't matter
Japan
right now.
alone will be bringing you that much
That
money
don't
off
matter
of,
right
off of
now.
revenue. So right now,
Hey, hell no.
somehow the Saints have
You can
$8.5
airball
million
that
in cap space.
They have positive cap.
But their dead cap, $62.1 million. I don't know. We're not going to look at that right now.
We're not.
They've got 62.1 dead cap. The Patriots still.
the Patriots.
They still have like $90 million in cap
You know who looks
space.
good this year because they restructured the whole line? The Bears.
Oh, we talked about that.
We talked about that last time.
They
Another
were good
team-
last year, but
Another team that's starting to look
Yeah,
good.
and they bad record.
like they finally got past the Packers.
They were a pretty good team last year.
The Bears.
A horrible record. They started off 4-2 and they fell apart, but they had pieces. I think Roma Dunze's underrated. DJ Moore is obviously good.
He's so.
And,
I
but
feel
then
so bad. Imagine being
Backcourt
in,
violation?
like a considered top 15 in
They'd
like, a
lose
lot
the
of
ball.
people's things, and
You
you
got-
go
you got-
from the
oh,
Bears.
okay.
You go
What the
from
hell is
the
this?
Panthers
Dude,
to
what
the
the
Bears.
f-
Yeah.
shooting?
Well, I mean, it wasn't going to be good anyways with the Panthers. So another team that looks good that they fixed their offensive line, and I just explained it. The Texans.
yeah.
They bring in. They signed Cam Robinson. You have Blake Fisher. You have Juice Scruggs, Jared Patterson, Titus Howard. They just signed Trent Brown, who used to be a good offensive lineman. You go and you get another offensive lineman in the draft, or you go receiver. I mean,
This is going to be an interesting year for NFL football.
Very.
Where does Stephon Diggs go? He's in free agency, ain't he? Is he just
Patriots. If I'm the Patriots, you sign him.
But is he back from his injury yet?
He did
will
not.
be.
He did not produce.
No,
He-
but
he's
if
still-
you're the Patriots,
He's gonna go somewhere.
if he
Stephon
goes
Diggs
to
is
the
still a
Patriots,
good
he's your
receiver.
number one receiver. Who on the Patriots is a better receiver?
You don't have one.
Exactly. So the Patriots need to go out and get him because he can mentor Keyshawn Booty.
Because
Jalen-
Keyshawn is booty.
Yeah, he is. Jalen Polk, Javon Baker. Javon Baker, it looks terrible.
Jalen Polk's not a bad number 2, though.
Dude, the Patriots could be such a good team, dude. That they've got a really young quarterback that hasn't got a chance to do much.
Joe Milton.
Drake May.
Oh.
Joe Milton's about to get traded.
Joe Milton's gonna go somewhere and
No,
figure,
Drake May's a better
Are you
quarterback.
tossing Joe Milton out the door?
No, you're trading him.
You can get at least something out of him. And
You
I
wanna
think
talk-
He's
You
going
wanna
to
talk
go
about
deep in
a
the ball
team?
90 yards down the field
Hey.
at pro days.
Hey, Talon, you talking about needing a
you
quarterback?
talking about needing a quarterback. He sits under Jameis Winston.
Holy shit. Okay.
Imagine Joe
Okay.
Milton of the Giants. best quarterback of all time.
Wait. Big thought here.
Big.
Joe Milton is a younger, better version of Jameis Winston.
No. Don't even say that shit. No.
He doesn't run the ball enough.
No.
He just,
Joe Milton's big though.
Joe Milton is built
Joe
like
Milton
Cam
is not built like Jameis Winston.
Newton.
Whatever. his name is.
No, he's built like Cam Newton.
Yes.
Exactly. And it has the arm of Jameis Winston.
But he just crumbles.
I hope Jameis
He
Winston.
literally crumbles.
Joe Milton?
Yes.
When?
Joe Milton hasn't done anything to crumble yet.
Dude, he
At
played
your
one
team,
game
he did
and
not win a big game.
Joe
that was
Milton.
at college, and Tennessee's team around him was dog buns.
Yeah, Tennessee's team with Joe Milton that year was not
I
good.
watched one game with Joe Milton, and he had no receivers, and he won that game. And the way he threw the
Who
ball
was it? UT Martin?
with the
No, in
Patriots.
NFL.
Oh.
that one game that he played the Patriots with, like that last game.
Tennessee still went like 8-4 with him.
Exactly.
Like he still didn't play that bad in Tennessee.
So I just don't. I think Joe Milton.
Let it rip.
What?
He just let it rip.
Did it again, too.
Both of them are ripping ass.
I think he's got a chance. Wherever,
I think
if he can go somewhere and sit under somebody like Jameis Winston would be a good place to go. Just something like that.
What's the next topic? This episode's gonna be really long.
It's got to be close with it being done.
This is an hour and a half.
I gotta say, I think receivers top to bottom are. It's a good. There's some good receivers in the league.
Yeah. NBA season so far in the past week.
Luka dropped 29 in the first half last night, and then had 5 against the Bulls.
Luka.
You're just a Luka hater.
Luka's back. Luka looks good.
Hey, he's listed at 2.
The Lakers are not back though because the
Lakers are not good without LeBron James.
6 players missing, and Bronny James cannot be your next best player.
Bronny James dropped 17.
I thought it was 19.
Maybe it was 19.
Okay, he dropped 17.
Bronny James is next up.
Hot take. Grady Dick and the Raptors. Is that who he's with?
Yeah.
Grady Dick's solid.
They're solid.
Yeah, he's hot ass.
Grady Dick is hot ass.
I think Bronny's going to end up being a serviceable off the bench guy.
That defensive guy.
I think he'll be a
3 and D.
I think he'll be a 6th man, but I don't think he'll start.
Patriots did sign Morgan Moses. How old is Morgan Moses?
Who, dude?
Yeah,
And Garrett Bradbury.
I don't even know who
Morgan
that
Moses
is.
played for my team, bro. He played for the. Didn't he play for the Ravens? He was
He's 34.
a right guard.
Hey, is it Whittley Moses?
Yeah,
Is it just straight up Moses?
He's got Moses' beard. DPOY. It's got an interesting. Dyson Daniels.
It's got to be Dawson Daniels.
Does he have a crazy amount of steals?
Yeah.
He probably has more steals than any team.
Yeah. If he keeps on his pace right now, he'll have the most steals all time in a season.
It's insane. And when you watch him play, he just has an knack for like filling.
Steals?
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels. He has over 200 steals.
But all time.
You just watch him play. He finds
It's
passing
like
he
Jason
finds
Williams or
passing
somebody,
lanes.
isn't
He's an impressive player.
Who's he played for?
The Hawks.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why the way.
He averages 3 steals a
think
game.
so.
Alvin. Okay, actually, he won't get the all-time record. Alvin Robertson holds the all-time.
How many?
301.
Holy
How
crap!
many does what's his face have?
He's averaging 3 a game. He's gonna have. He has the record for most deflections in a season.
Like blocks?
No, so like you just tipping the ball, even if the other team
Like
gets
in
it.
a passing lane, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's got long ass arms.
He's good.
Dude, the fact that he was on the Pelicans and the Pelicans just traded him away.
The Pelicans.
He's 6'8".
The Pelicans are bony.
I mean, his fucking arms probably touch the floor.
Talk about a ruined franchise.
Oh, dude.
Now Zion's looking pretty.
You want to talk about a ruined franchise?
Pissing away talent because they won't let Zion play more.
Well, yeah, you want to know why? Because if he plays back-to-back, he somehow breaks his thigh. It makes no
Didn't even
sense.
know you could break a thigh, but he doesn't.
Like,
Hey, AD like strained his cock or something. Because
AD got
that
hurt.
was literally a non-contact injury, and all he did was jump to get a rebound.
AD got hurt. The first thing I heard, maybe 2 weeks. Next thing I heard, maybe a month. Next thing I heard, I don't know if I want to play
I
anymore.
swear to God, he just takes breaks from basketball.
He's like
He just strains himself, and then he just takes a break.
He pulls a hand. He's like, dude, I can't play this year. I can't do
no,
it.
so did you see Jenny Buss was tired of him like asking for players? He said, "Your ass is annoying.
That's what.
Go to Dallas."
That's
The
why
Warriors
I got-
are doing
that's why I
good
got rid of
without
him.
Steph Curry.
Well,
They
it's
are a
'cause Jimmy Butler.
dangerous team.
Jimmy Butler.
Quentin Post is a really good center.
Can we talk about Quentin Grimes? He is cooking.
Okay, Nico Harrison has to get fired.
He's averaging like 30 something in his last like 10 games.
Nico Harrison has to get fired. You give up Caleb Martin. You give up Quentin Grimes in a second-round pick for Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin's averaging 3.7 points a game. Okay, listen here, Mono Man.
I am recovered.
Talent scoots away. But no, Quentin Grimes is done low-key good. You want to talk about a team that's sucked? The Heat.
Oh, yeah.
And then also best player.
They ain't got nobody.
No, but they're 4-17.
They don't have
You got
nobody.
Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson.
And Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero's the number 10.
And Andrew
Tyler
Wiggins.
Hero can't
Andrew
be
Wiggins
number
is
one.
slept on.
Andrew Wiggins.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
How are they
Andrew
losing then?
Wiggins?
Okay. You got Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo,
Tyler Wiggins, Khalil Ware, who looks like a
Wiggins.
dog.
So you got
Scary
you got Hero at 1. You got
No, you got Davion Mitchell at 1.
Davion Mitchell at 1. Hero at 2.
You're 3.
Duncan at...
No, Duncan doesn't start.
Duncan's not starting?
No.
Bam's at the 5.
No, Bam's at the 4.
You
Who's
cannot
the
put Bam at
five?
the 5.
Who's the 5?
Khalil Ware, who's like 6'10", and
Oh,
has
okay.
a 7'4" wingspan.
I didn't know they had a...
On paper, they're just not that bad.
Well,
they just
you know what's
suck.
crazy? Bam Adebayo doesn't shoot a 3 at all until this year. He's shooting like 30% from 3. Like, okay, Ben Simmons, what the hell have you been doing, dude? Where's that at?
Is the biggest what if ever.
Zach Edey does not look like he can shoot a mid-range in college. He starts lacing them up for 3 at a good clip.
The Grizzlies
Ben Simmons, what the hell are you doing? Zach Edey is hitting 3s.
The Grizzlies have been one of the weirdest teams.
It's a weirdly built roster.
I think they're really good, but they lose weird games.
They do lose weird games.
They just
Someone else is shooting 3s. Drummond shooting 3s.
Draymond.
Andre Drummond is shooting 3.
Draymond.
Yeah.
It's Draymond.
Draymond
No, but
Green has
Draymond's always
had
been
a
shooting
decent-
3s.
He's
I'm trying to
always
think
been shooting
there's been
threes.
some bigs that this year they just started shooting
He's just
3s.
making fun of Ben Simmons. He's a bum. Ben Simmons sucks.
Like, what the hell, Ben Simmons? You're a guard.
Ben Simmons, you had the build to be great.
Zach Edey, 7'4". No, couldn't even shoot it. Couldn't even pull it from mid-range. Is now lacing 3s. And you're telling me Ben Simmons can't hit a freaking 3?
I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win the chip this year. I have no idea.
Oh, God bless.
That was not me.
Dude, something smells like...
That was not me.
Mine rotated over there.
I don't know who's gonna win it. I don't think OKC's gonna win it.
No.
I think they're a little too young, too inexperienced. They'll win it in the next 3
They
years.
look good,
I'd
though.
say they do look good.
I mean,
I don't
looks good
think
at the
the-
free throw line.
I don't think the Cavs
That looks
are
good from.
I don't think the Cavs are gonna win it. They looked bad these past 4 or 5 games.
Oh, no, the Cavs look good.
I think the Cavs win it.
I don't think the Cavs are gonna win.
I don't think the Celtics win it.
I think Denver could end up winning
Fuck
it again.
no.
No, I think Denver could.
Denver
Yeah.
does not have... No.
I'm trying to think of other guys who just started. There's a few big men that just like this year were like, you know what I'm gonna do? Shoot
the
3s.
basketball.
Shoot
You know who
3s.
I wish didn't shoot the basketball?
Who?
Brooke fucking Lopez. That dude sucks.
Yeah, you know he's the all-time leading scorer for
the
the Nets.
Nets. I think of that fact.
The
like
only
once a
reason
week.
why that Brooke Lopez is still in the league is because he can shoot the 3.
Brooke
What about Al Horford strapping that shit from the corner?
Al Horford's
sometimes?
probably my least favorite player in the league.
Dude, he pisses me off.
I
He left the Hawks. He goes.
hate Al
He told Atlanta. He goes, "Hey, Atlanta, I'm retiring." 2 weeks later, signed a deal with Boston. Like, hello.
Al Horford's just, like, his face just pisses me off.
Something about I don't even know what it is. I
Now,
just,
who is it?
It's
That
probably
That's
because he beat
how
up.
that's
That
how I feel
would-
towards Shohei.
It was
I just
probably-
hate his ass. I just hate his ass. There's
It was
just something
probably
about
It was
him.
probably when they played the Bucks and he locked up Giannis. That pissed me off.
No, there's someone else that like runs.
And when
up
Grant
down.
Williams had 45
Grant
on
Williams
us.
pisses me off. Him tearing his ACL, it's like that's karma for being an asshole. You know who pisses me off? Embiid.
I hate that.
Who doesn't hate Embiid?
Okay, but, like, how can you hate a fat guy?
No, Rudy Gobert pisses me off.
Rudy Gobert, bro.
Rudy Gobert doesn't
Tingus
piss.
Pingus pisses me off.
Yes.
I love
Valid
Tingus
take.
Pingus if he can stay
Domantas
healthy.
Sabonis, dude.
Oh. Now, see, Rudy Gobert doesn't piss me off. He's overpaid and he got too much, but he does what he does. Great defense.
I mean,
Rudy
you
Gobert,
don't
no, he
get a
doesn't.
layup on his ass.
No, you pull him out to the mid range, to the middle of the court, or to the 3-point line, and he's like,
That's not what he needs to do. He does what he needs to do.
yeah, but you
Why
can't switch with
do you have a
him.
big man at the 3-point line?
Because you switch.
Well, now big man 3-point line's a standard.
Yeah, like,
So
Nick's
it's
got
starting,
Kungwu.
it's starting to be if you can't do that, you probably ain't gonna play.
exactly.
I hate the Cavs at that standard, dude. Like Karl Anthony Towns just.
No, it started with Draymond.
It started with Draymond.
Draymond Green really
Because
It
which is
started with
crazy.
Draymond back
It's
to like the
so-
very beginning of the Warriors. When
I'm
he
gonna
got
go
set.
like real history here. So the reason why this was small ball, like you're seeing, like Jason Tatum play the 4.
But the traditional,
The Warriors
there's
came
no
out
such
with-
thing as a traditional big anymore. Like a Shaq.
No.
It just sits down. Like that's not a thing anymore.
No, there are a few.
Your
Andre
tradi-
Drummond-
Your traditional big now is like a Victor Wembanyama that's this big around, is 6'9", that can play.
lays it
shoot-
from 3.
and They can
look
shoot
like-
from the
they
3.
look like 2K characters.
Yeah, right. I think right now Giannis is one of the probably
Yeah.
the most traditional big man, and he plays the forward.
But I think the reason why you see that, but Draymond, so the Warriors went with the Hampton 5, and the issue created was Draymond was a small forward size, played power forward really well. You put him at the 5.
Yeah.
At the time, centers were very unathletic. So what is he doing? He's just running around circles. He can go to the 3-point line, pull your center out, and your center is like cooked. Or your center can't handle it. And so then he can shoot over the center, and then because he demands the center to come out, and then offensively
Frees
he
Curry
moves,
up.
offensive or defensively, he's more athletic than the center. So you see, the reason why P.J. Tucker moves to the 5.
You're on a screen, you switch him on to Curry. Curry cooks his ass.
Yeah, so the reason why, so you saw the Rockets be the first team to switch to what is now small ball, but now traditional basketball with P.J. Tucker at the 5 because you couldn't match it. Steven Adams couldn't play against. It's what hurt the Thunder. So you put Steven Adams.
Steven Adams is a traditional big man.
Yes, but they're all backups now. None of them started.
Joakim Noah.
Who?
Gotta be.
You don't know who Joakim Noah is?
He had to have had the worst shot in NFL history.
NFL.
Did I say NFL?
Yeah, you did.
NBA history. Gotta be the worst shot I've ever seen.
We were going back to NFL.
No, it's Shaq. Shaq does.
Yeah, but have you watched Joakim Noah shoot the ball? It's bad.
There's someone else.
That's the one where he lagged on his way up.
No, that's slow mo. That's Kyle Anderson.
That's who that
Kyle
is.
Anderson.
Kyle Anderson
Gets in here and then he's like.
Well, he's like.
Dude, when the Warriors signed him, I was like, "What are we doing? Well, we don't want to hit threes anymore."
Dude, he was
like
on
Tracy Jackson Davis, a really good center, but he's now a backup because he can't shoot the 3. Yeah. The Warriors really changed basketball from shooting wise and the offensive line component. Now everybody has to guard 1 through 5, and now everyone has to be able to play 1 through 5.
Because that year that they made the championship run, 1 through 5 was lethal for them. Like
it's called the Hampton 5.
You could get the ball to Curry and he could switch. You could get the ball to Clay and he could switch.
Probably the best.
Andre Iguodala was a shooting guard and played small forward.
Their 3 was
Andre Iguodala.
No, what was his name?
No, it was Andre Iguodala.
Mid-range merchant.
Sean Livingston?
No, he was the backup point guard. He was the 6th man.
Sean Livingston was
the Hampton 5, which had recorded 5 losses in 3
Who played
years.
4?
KD.
Oh shit.
Oh, I forgot about KD on the Warriors.
And then at the 5.
Gotta be the best team of all time.
No,
Say it.
no, he was gonna sneeze.
No
way Maryland pulled this back.
But to finish this up baseball, and Jose Altuve in left field is probably
Good math, buddy.
Thank you.
Jose Altuve in left field is probably terrible.
That's the worst. That's the worst position move I've ever seen. The kid for the
Well, Rafael Devers, he's still playing third.
Yeah, that makes no. You know what? Just
requested a trade though. Did he not?
No, that was a joke.
Was motherfucker. I thought we were. I thought the world was finally coming full circle.
No, he can't.
Ole Miss is up 13 right now.
The Braves look good. The Dodgers, that team looks. I mean,
1.92 billion. Deferred money.
Yeah, in 2032, they got 6 years to win 4 titles.
You better hope that you win 4 titles, because if you don't, you're going to be in
cap hell. You know what's crazy?
Hell.
They were that close to signing Juan Soto too.
There's literally no way.
Imagine if they got Juan Soto.
I think Juan Soto is one of the best raw baseball players I've seen.
That's $2 billion.
He is crazy.
$2+ billion.
$2 billion.
Yeah,
deferred money.
$2 billion.
And you know what they bring in? More than enough money.
How much money did they bring in last year?
Plenty.
Oh, billions.
Plenty. I mean, spring training wise, they've already probably.
Shohei,
they've probably brought in hundreds of millions.
They got 2 big
I hate
Japanese
that motherfucker, dude. I hate him.
I don't know how you can hate
with
Shohei.
every bone in my body. I hate Shohei Ohtani.
He's the best. He's the best in the league.
I hate him.
Yeah,
I hate him.
He will be.
He will be.
He's so nasty. I don't even watch.
That's just such a weird. That's such a weird hate. I feel like.
I hate him.
I thought he hasn't done anything to be hated.
I hate him.
That's like hating Stephen Curry.
I hate him.
Oh, people do hate Steph Curry.
There's something about his face that pisses me off. If I saw him in person,
Are you racist?
I'd probably try to shoot his ass. I'm not even lying.
Oh my god! Well, you can't. We can't put that in. I put that in.
I hate Shohei Ohtani.
I'm gonna have to edit that.
You cannot put that in.
I hate him. I hate him.
God bless America.
I'd rather have a homeless person on my team than Shohei Ohtani. I hate him. I hate him.
Who's a better hitter, Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge?
Aaron Judge.
I probably agree. I think, yeah.
Aaron Judge can send that ball over the Boston wall. Shohei, he might get top of it. Aaron Judge can send it clear over the wall.
I think they also bat from different sides. I think Aaron Judge is a left-handed hitter.
Shohei not lefty?
I thought Shohei was lefty.
Am I stupid?
Yeah, I think so.
I swore Shohei was lefty.
He is lefty.
He is, yeah, he's lefty.
He is lefty.
He throws right-handed though.
I'm pretty sure
I mean,
he
you
bats
always
lefty.
throw with your opposite hand.
My friend Trenton, he's a.
Well, my dad bats lefty and he's right.
Yeah, you bat opposite.
Batting lefty is just an advantage.
I throw righty bat. Yeah, I bat like this. Oh, so yeah, so Judge is able to pull it over the wall.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure
no
Shohei
wonder
bats
Shohei
lefty.
can't hit it over the wall. He hits it the other direction. He's got to hit it oppo.
Poo-poo, idiot, stupid.
Oh, tough shit.
Hater for no reason.
Braves-
Hit it harder, I guess.
The Braves look good. Them signing Jesse Chavez for the 6th time.
Craig Kimbrough.
They traded Ian Anderson's ass today.
They watched Ian Anderson.
Yeah,
They're
three
like,
innings.
Sipped off
they're
right
like,
after
get him
the game.
out of here.
They said, "Ha! Hey, LA, you want him?
Take him.
We'll take Jose Suarez. I don't give two shits that he's awful. Take him.
Honestly, you just take him. I don't even want him.
I don't care.
I remember the traditional Dodgers team with Cody Bellinger.
The Dodgers?
Chargers?
With Cody Bellinger showing up to the clubhouse high as hell.
No,
Cody Bellinger had one good year, and then he's just terrible.
he was good 2 years ago for the Cubs.
He's alright.
You know who's not good anymore? Chris Bryant.
Oh, dude, that's just tragic.
Yeah.
Dude, who
Chris
keeps,
Bryant was never.
who
He never
keeps
like.
doing that. That's nasty.
I haven't farted once. It's definitely lame.
That fucking reeks.
Good thing I can't smell. I haven't smelled anything.
You should be happy right now. My nostrils are burning.
It's Frank over here.
Strike me down. This
Are we
reeks.
done? Is there
Yeah.
anything else we have
We
to
might
do?
as well be done. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all Friday.
Great.
Trombone.
What happened?